Well, it's about that time of the year again. Alright, well, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. People of the press, fan base out there, I'm sure many of you feel the same way. I took a lot of hallucinogens and hard narcotics just to prepare me for this moment in time, and especially with the very first pick in this draft. With this draft, I never saw this one coming. This draft was fucking weird, okay? This is one of the weirdest drafts I've ever seen in my entire goddamn life, okay? This draft was so confusing. It's beyond description. It was so awful. It was beyond description, people. All right. So this video is going to be pretty long because I want to go over each pick. That includes the undrafted guys. I want to go over each pick in great detail. Okay, so as my good friend Flossie Carter says, grab your popcorn and your thought juice and get comfortable. Alright, so here we go. Fucking Christ. Alright, here we go. So with the 29th pick in this draft, we picked, yes, with a very strange pick, pun intended, because this pick was an absolute joke. We picked Cole Strange, an offensive guard from Chattanooga. And I remember looking at the fucking pick, and I remember thinking to myself saying, what are you doing? You know, it's like you had Trent McDuffie right the fuck there, right in front of you, and instead you trade the fucking pick to a fucking conference rival, if anyone, and then you fucking draft an offensive lineman. Let me tell you something. What do running backs and offensive linemen have in common? I'm going to tell you. You don't waste a fucking number one pick on an offensive lineman. Those days are over. It's over, Johnny! Alright. His pro comparison is J.C. Tretter. I don't know if that's good or bad. I'm guessing it's good, but it's not elite. This is a first-round pick. This is the best of the best. Once you start getting into fourth round, you start entering scrub territory, okay? Picks, rounds 1 through 3, maybe 3, but more so 1 and maybe early the first half of number 2, are talent only. Stars, game breakers, game changers, Hall of Famers, Pro Bowlers in multiple seasons, consecutive seasons, record breakers, not fucking offensive linemen. I don't give a fuck who you are, unless if you're the Giants. Alright? So we picked Cole Strange, Cole on the range Strange from Tennessee. Okay? Here's what I found out about him. He has a prospect grade of 6.29, which means he will eventually be an average starter. The two key words, and these are scare words, by the way, are eventually and average. And you mean to tell me this is who you picked? a guy who will eventually become an average starter. What the fuck's the matter with you? What the fuck's the matter with you? Oh, well, Jim, what are you getting all excited for? Why am I getting excited? Because you're going to get this team fucking killed. That's why. What are you, stupid? What the fuck is the matter with you? What the fuck is the matter with you? You fucking momos. Anyway. He has a next-gen status score of 83, which is good. So clearly these two things right here, the prospect grade and the NGS, are just out of proportion. Okay, one fucking stat says he's not good, and then another stat says that he is good. So I don't fucking know what to think about this pick. I really fucking don't. Okay? He was supposed to be picked in the 3rd, the 4th, and 5th rounds. And you take him in the goddamn 1st. When you should have kept your 21st pick. You knew that our fucking defense was shit. You knew our secondary was just pure assery. And you should have took Trent McDuffie, who was the next Jair Alexander. And you just fucking pass on him. You trade the goddamn... This is what you did. You traded the pick, you passed on Trent McDuffie, you trade the pick to a conference rival, and then you fucking draft an offensive lineman. The 4 things you never do. Alright, so here are his pros and cons. First off, he's 6'5", 307, had 31 reps on the bench press, and had a 5.03 40. Okay, so here's his pros according to the NFL Combine and Draft Prospect Profile. He's intelligent and he's tough, highly intelligent, highly tough. Plays every down like his last. Okay, good pad level off the snap. Made for zone run schemes. He feels for the angles in his spacing. I don't know what the fuck that means, but bend and pace to lift plus run defenders on stretch plays with sustain, which means he can stay with a pass rusher or a run stuffer throughout a stretch play is basically what that means. All right. His opponents can't get out of his hand blocks, so he has very strong hands. Okay? He is steady and reactive working up to linebackers. So he preps himself and he's like, okay, I'm ready. Yeah, I'm going to go after you. Okay? So he's good with that. He has a full arm extension in his pass sets. Okay? Good change of direction for an offensive lineman. That's actually pretty good for an offensive lineman. Good change of direction, yeah. He makes a difference in screenplays. And he can also play center, which I don't think we need at this point. I mean, we have 3 goddamn centers in this draft that we took. We took 1 in the 6th, and we had 2 undrafted. And we're going to get to those guys shortly. All right, so those are his pros. Here's the shit news about him. He's lean. He uses wide, corralling hands too often. What does that mean? Hold, 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 hold. Hold, 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 hold. Okay? Weak core. Alright? Driving, blocking sucks. When I say driving block, I mean this. You're a guard, and you're down, you're ready. Okay, when he's down here, what you would expect out of an offensive lineman, let me just back up a little bit. What you would expect out of an offensive lineman here is you're down and you get up and you grab the defensive lineman and you drive him. He does not do that. He just doesn't do that. I don't fucking like that. I hate that. When you have powerful guys coming at you, guys like Fletcher Cox and Michael Pierce and Grady Jarrett and guys like Dexter Lawrence and guys like Jay Ratliff from the Bears, those big, thick, cheeseburger-munching fucking guys coming at you, you need to be able to drive them back or at least anchor your fucking self. He cannot do that. He cannot do it. And I don't fucking like that. Alright? He's indecisive. He's open to swim moves. We all know the swim move. Calais Campbell is the master at it. Okay? Lingering hands. What does that mean? Hold. Hands to the face. Hold. Hands to the face. You know what I mean? It's just fucking stupid. And he needs better foot slide. So I'm giving this grade a total fucking F. Alright? It's just a fucking reach. This fucking guy should not have been fucking picked in the first goddamn fucking round. I don't know how many times I have to say that. I mean, based off of what I'm hearing from this, he is barely a fourth round pick. Barely. Maybe like the last 5 in the 4th round, based off of what I heard. Alright, that's done. Now we get to the good news. Okay. Next we get into the Flash himself. Round 2. Pick 50 overall. We traded with the, honestly, I think it was the fucking Chiefs again. And we picked Tyquan Thornton from Baylor. Tyquan ran a 4.21. Fuck you. Shut the fuck up. It wasn't a 4.28. It was a 4.2 fucking 1, okay? 4.2 fucking 1. Shut up. It was a 4.21. Fastest in history. Yeah, I'd take him too. I'm not even kidding. Okay, now he was projected to go in the 3rd or the 4th round, but we took him in the 2nd. Again, another fucking reach. And I'm going to tell you why it's a reach. His route running is just meh. It's just meh. It's just not good enough. It's not good enough for me. It's not good enough for me. I mean, yeah, he has little flashes of separation, but when you run a 4.21, you don't really need any route running moves. All you gotta do is just blow past everybody, which is not good because we have these things called safeties, and you're fucked. So here we go. Player comparison of the other Tyquan Underwood, who actually played with the Patriots, and he was a fucking nobody. 7th round, 253rd overall, fucking nobody. Literally the 9th to last pick. Prospect grade of a 5.97, which means he will be an average backup, which is just fucking heartbreaking to hear after what I saw on his film. Or he'll be a special teamer. I don't want him on special teams. I want him a receiver in a key situation when we need to blow past people. When, say for example, look at the Jets game. When the defensive coordinator went all out on a blitz, that's where I want to see Tyquan Thornton. Right over the top. But then again, the problem with him is he can't fucking get off of press. Okay? So let's get into the next-gen stats. Give him a 68, which is average. Again, doesn't sound like a second-round pick, I'm going to be honest with you. 6'2", 181, and ran a 4.28. Fuck you. He ran a 4.21 unofficial, but his first run was a 4.21. That's good enough for me. 0.07 seconds off. I don't really fucking care. I'm not worried. Okay? Alright. Pros. He has a sprinting background, clearly. Okay? He is not injury prone, which is just fucking amazing for me. Okay? His play speed is ideal for hitches and slants, and this team fucking loves slants. Okay? Quick feet for a 6'2" guy, very quick feet. His separation is absolutely amazing, and that's because, well, he's so goddamn fast. What the hell? You know? He's poised and he's ready for 50-50 balls. I've seen him haul them in, and it's actually satisfying to watch. Tougher than you think for a 6'2", 181-pound guy, and he's got hands like Velcro. Okay? And I love that. Alright. He's instinctive in space, and he has above average feel for footwork near the boundary, so he's very good with tight roping and toe tapping and shit like that. Now here's where it sucks. He's bone thin. He's all skeleton, okay? Them bones, them dry bones, them bones, dry bones. Now they're the word, or actually, now hear the word of the Lord. Okay, anyway. Ooh, yeah. Okay, I'll stop. Alright, strong press means he's not going anywhere, okay? His hands are like mini-sized. They're like little fucking mittens. Okay? He's got hands like this big. His hands are puny. Okay? Linear release gets redirected and slowed. So if he's trying to do like a slide release, he's gonna get jammed back in, and he's gonna look like a tard when he tries to run a slide release. If you're sliding, if you're right here, and you try to run a slide release like this, from the press, he's going to get redirected this way because he's trying to go this way, and he's going to get bumped, and then he's going to end up going like this. So I don't like that. He doesn't have the whole route tree either. That kind of pisses me off just a little bit. But again, it's not the end of the world, not necessarily, but would be ideal if he fucking had the route tree. He's slow to break and change direction. That one I don't like. So don't have him on a comeback. Don't have him on a zig. Don't have him on a fucking curl. Slants and goes pretty much every time for him, which is fucking shit. It's shit. It's not good. It makes him too predictable. I don't like it. Alright? He needs to restack when he fucking beats a goddamn defender. He doesn't fucking restack. Jesus Christ. What he'll do is he'll just fucking run vertically with someone, and he'll just sit there. Use your 4.21 speed. Christ, you're faster than goddamn Tyreek Hill. Run! Run, Forrest, run! Yeah, run, boy! He doesn't restack. I don't like that. And his goddamn ball security coming down, catching through contact, not good. Not good. He doesn't... In other words, that's just a way of saying the ball did not survive the ground, you know? That's basically what that is. He's got to hold on to the ball. Now, I just said that he has hands like Velcro. Yeah, when he's wide open, okay, if it's a 50-50 ball, which is ironic because this literally says ball security through the catch, he's got to make sure he holds on to the ball. All right? So for Taekwon, I'm giving him a B minus for this pick. If he had better route running, I would give him a B plus. But his route running, his change of direction, he's slow. Well, his braking is slow considering how fast he is. He just seems like a one-dimensional receiver. Just goes and slants. That's it. Little hesitation for a slant and just a fucking go, like a dive release or something. I don't know. But that's just not good enough for me. It's not good enough for me. You gotta do better. It's gotta be better. It's gotta be a lot better. Alright? Alright, next. Okay, this one, I don't know what the hell they're gonna do with him on defense, but I know what he's gonna do on special teams. He's gonna be the next Gunnar Olszewski. And his name, with the 85th pick in the third round of the 2022 draft, the Patriots select Marcus Jones from Houston, corner. His player comparison as far as return ability is Dante Hall. Now, I don't know who the hell Dante Hall is, okay, but they called him the human joystick and the X Factor. Now, fuck the X Factor. Just hearing the words human joystick, that's promising for me. His prospect grade is a 6.27, average starter. Again, what the hell? He has a next-gen stat score of 80, which is good. And he's 5'8", 174. Okay, so he's little. Okay? He's little. Okay? Here's all his pros. He's twitchy, explosive, and versatile, meaning he can play corner and he can also return punts. Now, as long as he's not Cyrus Jones, we all know how fucking, Jesus Christ, we all know how fucking horrible he was at returning punts. Christ, if he could... Well, first of all, he's got to catch him before he fucking returns them. He hits top speed almost instantly, which means what they say in the hood is he goes from 0 to 100 real quick. Okay? 9 TDs as a punt returner, pretty good. Very good, pretty promising. He makes the first tackle and miss, almost always, which is good. He's like Deion Sanders, but like a shitty Walmart, Dollar Tree Kenny McCormick version of Deion Sanders. Okay? Scrappy corner against bigger guys, which I like. I like those. I like that. That's good. Smooth hips, so he can turn. He's he clearly knows how to salsa. He's a good guy when it comes to smooth hips. Now this is another important one to have in a corner. He crowds into the receivers quickly and early, which means, say you're playing underneath, say you're playing inside, okay? If I know that my receiver's running a slant, what am I going to do? I'm going to turn like this, because a slant goes straight and turns. So I'm going to stand like this. What he'll do is he'll just get up on you as soon as he just has the little feel of you starting to cut. That's when he turns and breaks in and breaks up the pass, okay? So I like those. He's quick, he has a quick back pedal, and he breaks well, breaking on the ball, okay? He's instinctive, he's communicative, off man, which is very good. The fact that he fucking communicates, that's just holy shit. I never thought I'd fucking hear myself see that in a fucking player. He opts for playmaking ability on close-out angles on the field, on the throw. So he always wants to go for the pick, which is good. That's very good. His gather and bounce is just a gather and bounce is a term that DB coaches try to tell kids to do. If you're tracking a ball, so he clearly goes by the look-back rule. We all know what the look-back rule is. As soon as you see the receiver look back, you wait about a second and a half, and then that's when you start to turn your head. And then, his gather and bounce means he's looking, he'll gather, and then he'll jump up. He's good at those, all right? He's a leg wrapper when he tackles, so he's a pretty goddamn smart tackler, which I respect the hell out of that. Versatile? Fun fact, he actually played receiver for a little bit, which I thought was very, very interesting. Extremely interesting. Versatility? I don't know. Maybe. Alright, so I'm going to give this one a grade. Oh, wait, fuck, I forgot the cons. Well, here we go. He can't get off blocks. And he's a fucking flag master, which I cannot stand. He's too handsy. He's wild, takes too many chances. You gotta watch out for kids like this. He's wild, takes too many chances. He's got too much to prove. He's a cowboy. Okay? He's handsy as a motherfucker. Okay? Flag machine. I don't like that. Hold. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. I don't like that. Play discipline. He panics when he can't find the ball, which is just fucking horrible to watch. Okay? His coverage is more reactive rather than anticipatory, which is also not good. He doesn't really, how the fuck do I put this? He just kind of takes what he's given. He doesn't really expect anything, which means he probably hasn't seen a lot of shit, which scares the hell out of me. He has no what I like to call eagle eye, which means he doesn't watch the quarterback, which pisses me off. He needs to squeeze the break point just a little bit tighter, which means he needs to get out of the break just a tiny bit quicker. And that's the difference between getting a PD and an INT. Pass defended and an interception. Alright, next. He's a fucking butt fumble as a fucking punt returner. If this guy turns into another Cyrus Jones, you don't even want to know what I will do to this room. I will leave it unrecognizable. If I see this man become another Cyrus Jones, it's not going to be pretty. Alright, so I'm giving him a C+. The reason I'm giving him a C+ is because of the fucking fumble bullshit and because he's too goddamn handsy when he covers. Yeah, he's got crazy athleticism, but his discipline is shit. Not a bad pick, not per se, but I'm fucking praying that he fixes his hands when he covers people. Alright, next is another corner. Another Jones by the name of Jack Jones from, you guessed it, Arizona State, which is where N'Keal Harry went. N'Keal Harry, huh? But, yeah, in the fourth round, 121 overall, we took Jack Jones from Arizona State and USC. Alright, so here we go. Maurice Jones-Drew called him an absolute baller. Well, let me tell you something, MJD. I will be the judge of that! Alright, prospect grade of a 5.69. I like to call this guy a bottom bitch, which means he will be at the bottom of the roster for corners, if he even fucking makes it. He is what I like to call a bottom bitch. Alright? Or he's going to end up on the practice squad, which is tragic for a fourth-round pick. You don't want to be on the practice squad as a fourth-round pick. You just don't. You're a failure of a human being if you're a fucking practice squad guy as a fourth-round pick. Alright, you have a next-gen score of 53, which is way the fuck below average. You ran a 4.51 and you're 5'11", 171, so you're fucking scrawny. Okay? Now his pros, he has a ball-hawking demeanor. He plays the route and breaks like a wide receiver, which is good. His lateral transitions are nice and fluid and quick. Okay? Swinging hips, so very similar to Marcus. Above average recovery talent underneath, which is very good as well. His foot quickness is filled to bursting, which is just a nice way of saying he's ready to break. He's always ready, you know. He finds the wide receiver's chest and crowds tight, so he's very similar to Marcus. Now here's where it just fucking falls all apart. Okay, he's built like a freaking Slim Jim. It looks like a fucking piece of beef jerky. You know what I mean? He has antsy feet. He kind of reminds me of DeAndre Baker a little bit. He's got antsy feet. He's not really. He has potty dance feet. You know, I don't like that. I don't like that. He's inconsistent with his technique. Anytime you see the word inconsistent and technique in the same sentence, panic. Okay? He has very delayed reaction time to break on throws from zone. So when he does react on time, it's fabulous. But usually he has a delay in his reaction time, which fucks everything up. Okay? Average speed, he's not the fastest guy. He ran a 4.51, which isn't too great for a corner. It's acceptable, but it's not ideal. Anything below a 4.5 is ideal. Okay? Alright, 50-50 game is just absolutely fucking horrible because he's built like a fucking Slim Jim. Okay? And he gets locked up by pretty much any run-blocking wide receiver. So, N'Keal Harry, have fun. Alright. I'm giving this grade also a C+. And based on what I heard, it should really be a C-. So, well, you know what? I'm going to give him a chance. Alright? So here we go. This is where it starts getting good. Alright? With the 127th pick, this was literally 6 picks later. In the 4th round, 127th overall, the Patriots selected Pierre Strong Jr., a running back from San Diego State. He was a jackrabbit. And boy, does he run like a frickin' jackrabbit. His change of direction, his elusiveness, his speed, his cutting, especially his goddamn cutting, it's unreal for a 4th round pick. Alright, here we go. Player comparison of Tevin Coleman. Not really much to look at. It's Tevin Coleman. It's really what the hell. Prospect grade of a 6.14, which means he could be a good backup and possibly a starter. Next gen status, next gen score of a 76. It's all right. It's good. Was supposed to be taken in the 3rd round, so he was kind of like a mini steal, like a larceny kind of steal. You know what I mean? Not like a Grand Theft Auto, but he was like a little larceny, a little count of larceny. 5'11", 207. Now listen to this 40. A 4.37. That's amazing. That's I can't even come up with a word to describe it. That's freaking amazing to hear. All right. Here we go. Pros. He had 10 touchdowns of 50 plus yards. I love to hear shit like that. His bend and burst. He bends and bursts through the line of scrimmage, which is good. So he's pretty elusive. He's shifty. He finds the center of the run lane. He has like an internal GPS, which tells him where to go, which is phenomenal. It kind of reminds me of Le'Veon a little bit, to be honest with you. Amazing vision. And he makes good back step cuts. Good leg drive. Runs with rhythm, which is good. Runs with forward lean, which is even better. Creates easy separation. And he lays into blitzers, which is good. So he's good with pass protection. And he stays a step ahead with cuts and shifts, which is good. It's like Barry Sanders, you know? Like a Walmart, Dollar Tree, penny 1 cent version of Barry Sanders. All right, so here we go. This is when it starts getting a little shitty. He has a leggy build to him. Okay? He's unable to access quick gas speed after a lateral jump cut, which is understandable. So after he runs and all of a sudden he makes a lateral jump cut like this, he can't really after the jump cut, which is understandable. I mean, a lateral jump cut is pretty hard to do. It'll tire you out more than you think. I've tried them, and they can tire you out. Especially if you do like jump cut 5,000 like your Dion Lewis. You know, we all remember him. Not to say that Dion was bad, but you know what I mean. He is below average in anticipating blocks, so he's not really... Sometimes he doesn't take the right path based on the blocking, which is a little problematic. So, he overthinks too much. He tries to do too much. He's a cowboy. He's got too much to prove. Listen, he's a good earner, but he's wild. Takes too many chances. You need to watch out for kids like this. All right? His blocking setup is horrible. He gets plowed when he... he lays into blitzers, but maybe that's the next running back. But one of these two running backs that we took just cannot pass protect for shit, and I don't know if it's him or if it's the next guy. His pop contact is average. You know how Damian Harris always lays into people? He'll do it, but it's kind of like, it's meh. It's kind of like, Damian Harris is a guy who does this. Okay? Pierre Strong goes like this. Okay? It's meh. It's just meh. It's mid. Okay? And this one's fucking annoying. Stiff hands as a receiving back, which makes him one-dimensional. I don't like that. Alright, so my grade for him is actually a B- based on what I saw from him. I think his cutting is absolutely incredible. I think his speed is good. As long as he can make the right and hit the right holes and recognize what the hell we're doing and find the holes, he'll be fine. Alright? Now, we took two running backs, which isn't a good sign for J.J. Taylor. It's not a good sign at all. These two are probably going to be competing against J.J. Taylor, and then those two will compete against themselves, and then they'll take over the lineup. Brandon Bolden left. J.J. Taylor might be leaving. We don't know yet. But Brandon is for sure gone, and we need someone to replace Brandon, which is why we took Pierre, and we took another guy who I'm going to get into right now. And his name... Oh, it's actually after this guy. Alright, so with the 137th pick... This was 10 picks later. We took a fucking quarterback. Why? I have absolutely no idea. By the name of Bailey Zappi. I like to call him Zappacosta. From Western Kentucky. Alright? Has a prospect grade of a 5.67. He's a bottom bitch. Alright? He has a next-gen score of 71, average. His draft projection was 6th, so yet again, another fucking reach, okay? 6 foot 215 with a 4.88 40, which is fucking pathetic, especially for his size, okay? Speaking of size, that's actually one of his cons, but we're going to get into his pros first. His pros... He has prolific pass production. This means he's getting better and better. Okay, he's cool, calm, collected when he's in the pocket, which is very good. All right, his pre-snap recognition is very good too. He rarely voids the pocket, which means he'll stay in there. All right, he's a real hole puncher in zone. He sets up in pocket when he feels pressure, which means he'll step up in the pocket. So just like you're supposed to do, if you feel guys coming around the edge and you use your peripheral vision, he'll step in and then he'll make the throw, which is good. That's what you're supposed to do. This one is probably the most important note from all the picks. This note right here. Listen to this. He alters the trajectory of his deep ball based on the coverage. Do you know how fucking hard that is to do? First of all, you have to have enough deep arm talent to do it. Okay? And he does. So that's very good. And his deep ball touch is absolutely flawless. He's not fucking Russell Wilson, but he's very, very good deep ball thrower. And he's mobile just enough to not worry. Okay? Alright, now his cons. Obviously he's short and he's stocky. Okay? And he'll get stuck on single side coverages. Okay? He doesn't really have much arm talent, so he's not going to make Josh Allen throws. He's not going to make Mahomes throws. He's sure as hell not going to make Aaron Rodgers throws. Just very average, very subpar arm. All right. Now, this is where he could actually use a lot of help from Mac. His ball placement is fucking horrible. Holy shit, is it fucking horrible. He's not going to get away, and he's not going to fucking live in the NFL with the way he fucking throws this ball. It's just fucking horrible. I mean, behind the motherfucker, he'll, and too far in, too far out, too high, too low, but mostly too behind. His operation time is slow, which means when he's reading the field, it's too fucking slow to fucking register for him. He has very lax delivery, which means he kind of just half-asses it. Okay? His basic BP is spotty, meaning ball placement. His basic ball placement is kind of sus. Okay? When his feet aren't set. Okay? And most of his interceptions come from just fucking poor decision making. So he's like another Zach Wilson. He's just shit because of shit. Alright? I'm giving this grade a C-. Okay? Alright, next. This was about 40-something picks later. With the 6th round, with the 183rd pick in the 6th round, the Patriots took Kevin Harris, another goddamn running back from South Carolina. Okay, player comparison, here's some good news. Carlos Hyde. That's very good. Made the top 100 at one point. Very good. Which clearly tells you that Kevin Harris and Pierre Strong are two completely different running backs at this point. I think we all should know that. Okay? Alright. He has a prospect grade of a 6.16, which means he's good enough to become a starter because he's got good enough backup skill. His next gen score of a 62, which is sadly below average. Supposed to be a 4th or 5th round pick, so steal? Maybe? I don't know. 5'10", 221, and ran a 4.6, 240. So he's pretty goddamn slow. He kind of reminds me of Sony Michel a little bit. Slow. Okay? Here are his pros. He is buff. Okay? With like 6 F's at the end. He is a grown man, all muscle. Kind of reminds me of like a 70s Chevy with a bug catcher with a loud ass engine. But he's too goddamn slow. He's not like Pierre Strong, who's like a Lambo. He's like a 70s Chevelle, but he's all muscle. He's got a nice bug catcher in him. He's got, sway bars. He's got wheelie bars. He's got, shotgun exhausts on the side of the doors. He's nice and powerful and big. He's not no fucking Derrick Henry, but he's big enough. All right. 5'10", 221. Okay. High knees when he runs, which is great. Alright? He's a big back. Like I said, he's big. Alright? He's tough. His build-up speed lasts once he hits the open field. So he's just fast enough to get the touchdown to take it to the distance. Okay? He did a good job finding relevant rush tracks. So very similar to Pierre when it comes to finding the lane. His reading and cutting, he's reading and cut capable for his size. He loves contact. He will bounce off. He's like Damian Harris, which again confuses the hell out of me. If you got Damian Harris, who's already a goddamn bulldozer, why are you taking pretty much a goddamn fucking copy of him? Which is why I'm getting a little nervous here. Did Damian Harris do something wrong? Did Ramondre Stevenson do something wrong? Because Ramondre Stevenson, Damian Harris, and Kevin Harris are literally the same exact running back. Okay? One fumble over 360 carries. That's pretty goddamn good if you ask me. Okay? 358 carries. And he'll shrug off any tackle that is not below the waist. Any and all tackles above the waist are shrugged right off. All right. All right. Now here's where it starts getting fucked up. Okay. He's kind of one-dimensional. Okay. He had back surgery over since 2020. He's had back surgery, which isn't good, and I'm going to tell you why. No creativity. He gets walked down by linebackers on outside runs. So if you're Devin White, if you're Devin Lloyd, if you're Devin Bush, any one of the Devins, if you are even, if you're Shaquille Barrett, if you're Ndamukong Suh, if you're Calais Campbell, linebackers, those guys aren't linebackers. Shaquille Barrett is, but Matthew Judon even though they'll be going against each other in practice, but you know what I mean. He's not very elusive, which is not that big of a deal, because if you can run people over, it doesn't really matter. Slow change of direction, again. Yeah, well, it'd be okay to have that, but, it's not the end of the world, And here's another thing. This is why he gets so much fucking back surgery, because he tries to do too much. He's a cowboy. He's got too much to prove. He takes on more weight than he can handle, which is a good way to get yourself like a 3-year career in the NFL. Okay? He has absolutely no hands as a receiving back. He's pure power. Pierre is all about being elusive. Kevin is all about being a power back. All right. This one I'm giving a B-. All right. Next, our first guy with no film. Well, no, he had film, but he had no profile. I couldn't find him anywhere. His name is Sam Roberts, Northwestern Michigan State. Giving him a D+. Just a run stuffer, nothing special. All right, but he won Small College Defensive Player of the Year last year. Duggar won it 2 years prior, which is what got him drafted. Okay, round 6. So this was 10 picks later. 200 was when we took Sam Roberts. 210 we took a guy named Chasen Hines from LSU, a center. Another goddamn fucking center. All right. Now, this guy 6'3", 327. Okay. 6'3", 327 is too goddamn fucking fat for a center. You should not be more than 310 pounds for a center. Alright? Cut the fucking weight. His player comparison is a guy by the name of Montre Holland. I have absolutely no clue who that is. Alright? Has a prospect grade of a 6'10". Good backup, could be a starter. Next gen score of a 72. And he has a draft projection of round 6. So just right. Alright? Pros. Big bubble and wide hips. Versatile. He can play guard or center. He races out of the stance when he pulls. So he's here. Okay? He's in the stance, he's ready. He races out and he pulls. And I love that with offensive linemen, guys who go and get it. That's very good. And he's aggressive. I've seen his film. He will fuck you up. Alright? It's not like he's Larry Allen or anything. It's not like it's literally a fucking truck running at you. But he will fuck you up. He's like a pickup truck. Larry Allen was like a fucking dump truck. This guy's just a pickup truck. Okay? Well, actually, Larry Allen was like a fucking 16-wheeler running at you. It was literally like a fucking bear, coming at you. Anyway, drives the block. That is something that Cole fucking Strange does not do. This guy, a fucking 6th round pick, does. That should kind of tell you something a little. Ample flexibility, all right. Maintains feel for the pass rusher. And he has a decisive punch. All right. His cons is that he can't win with his inside hand. I don't know why, but he just can't do it. Okay. Longer two-gappers are a problem for him. Alright? He has slow adjustment. He's very limited stride length. He can't mirror his feet with the pass rusher in front of him. He has shit hands. And he has no reactive quickness. So he's all about face up, power on power, full contact. He's not really much of a guy who kind of like swings out and just plows people. He's more of a guy to grab you, and then just kind of finish you like that. That's Jason Hines, alright? Not very athletic, just a pure guy to just hold the fuck on to you without holding, obviously. Alright, I'm giving this a C-, and I'm giving Sam Roberts a D+ just because I don't know shit about him, alright? Which tells me that if no one fucking took the time to write about him, maybe that's for a reason, alright? Alright, the final fucking pick. This guy's name is, with the 7th round and 245th pick overall, we decided to take a guy named Andrew Stubber, a tackle from Michigan. 5'9", average backup, below average score of a 59 on Next Gen Stats, was projected to be a 5th round pick, despite having below average Next Gen Stats and a below average prospect grade, which confuses the hell out of me. So there's got to be something good about him. Well, when I saw the guy play, I figured, well, I don't know. Christ, I really don't know. But we'll see. I gave him a D+ only because of his cons, which I'll go over in a second. But for his pros, he's good. He has good width into his block. He's got a very broad frame to him. He's very powerful and very tough in the trenches. Played a lot of right tackle, which means he's supposed to be a run blocker. He accelerates through the point of attack, which is very good. He works with independent hands and well-timed punch. Okay, so if you look very closely to the way he plays tackle, what he'll do is he's here. All right, here's the tackle. He's here. What he'll do is he'll go like this, and what he'll do, instead of like pushing the pass rusher forward, he'll just use his hand, and he'll just push you back like that. And I think it's actually kind of fucking amazing. The fact that he only has to use one hand to fucking block people sometimes. He riffles his outside hand into the path of the pass rusher. His outside hand. This is your inside hand if you're a right tackle. What he'll do... Well, actually, yeah, inside hand if you're a right tackle. So what he'll do is he'll just kind of push you back, you know. Flat back pass sets with stabilized base, which means he doesn't lose his balance or anything. He's right here. He stays, and he pushes, which is good. Strong core and firm through the whole engagement of the block. Strong hands, and he's versatile. He can play guard, even though he's fucking 6'7", 325 pounds. That's way too big for a fucking guard, okay? Alright, now here's his cons. Below average body type. He's not very, can't fucking block the run for shit. Can be out of position as a fucking run blocker. So even though he played a lot of right tackle, but the thing is, he was going up against a lot of pass rushers. Okay? Straight-legged, whatever the fuck. He opens way too fucking early. He really has no second gear, no quick feet, and no athleticism. He's just, that's, if I were to describe him with a sound, it would just be, that's him. That's Andrew Stuber. Alright? D+ grade. No second gear, no athleticism, no quick feet, opens too early. Just not good. Alright? Alright, now we get into the fun stuff. Undrafted free agents. I was really fucking hoping we would take a corner, but of course we didn't. We took 7 people. 7! Not enough. It's got to be at least 10. 10 is the basis for the decimal system. It just sounds official. Alright, so these are the following people that we took. We took a guy who's a 3B. A quarterback, a receiver, and a running back by the name of De'Aaron King from Miami. Let me tell you something about De'Aaron. This guy, and Houston. He went to Houston too. This guy is electrifying. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. Number 2, Brendan Schooler, Texas and Oregon, safety and receiver. Number 3, you guessed it, a fucking center by the name of Cody Rossi from Houston. Number 4, LeBrian Ray, a defensive end from Alabama. So we're still drafting Alabama guys. Alright, this one was just a waste of a pick. Fucking Jake Julie, a fucking punter. Why are we fucking signing punters? We have Jake Bailey. What the fuck's wrong with Jake Bailey? I think he made the fucking Pro Bowl as a punter, didn't he? Jake Bailey and Jake Julie are the 2 guys that are going to be fucking competing for the starting job as a punter. And I can fucking guarantee you Jake Bailey's going to fucking take it all. And Jake Julie's not even going to make the fucking team. Alright? Jake Julie went to Eastern Michigan. Okay? Another fucking center by the name of Liam Shanahan from LSU. And this last guy by the name of Demarcus Mitchell, linebacker from Purdue. Same place where Jawan Bentley went. Okay? I think. I don't think it was Vanderbilt. I don't think so. Alright, so let's start off with the most electrifying undrafted free agent and probably the most electrifying person in this fucking draft that we took, in our draft. De'Aaron King, grade of a 5.68, which is fucking horrible, which means he's a bottom bitch, okay? He's actually a priority undrafted free agent. And he has 58 points by next-gen stats. Here are his pros. He's plays through pain, so he's durable. All right, he's tough. Excellent IQ, excellent intelligence, and recall potential. Athletic, and he's highly competitive. Okay, 58 catches from 16 to 17. So could he play receiver? Well, I think so. Okay, he's elusive as shit. All right, he's a gadget player, which is a good thing. Lower body twitch, which means he has drive velocity, which is good. And he's a pretty decent kick returner also. He actually had a kick return for a touchdown his freshman year of high school. So, what the hell, you know? Alright, now here are his cons. First of all, he's way too goddamn small. He's 5'8", I think 196 pounds, I think. Guy's way too small. You know what I mean? So I'm surprised I didn't put his weight on here or his height. But he's going to be a 25-year-old rookie, which is a problem. He's not going to see a field for at least 3 to 4 years, which is a big, big, big problem. So, but let me tell you something. I can guarantee you we're going to get him in within 1 to 2. And I demand it, and it will happen. Because let me tell you something, after watching this guy's fucking tape, if this guy does not make the team, it will not end well for this fucking organization. It will not well for this administration. It will not end well for this commission. Okay? It will not end well for this front office. If this man does not get if this man does not make the team. All right? He needs time to retrain to get more explosive. He's overmatched against elite defenses, like Alabama. All right? And he lacks recognition of lurkers. He doesn't know what the fuck a lurker is. Okay? All right. So I'm actually giving him, believe it or not, I'm giving him a B+, and that's solely based on his film that I saw from him. All right, next. This guy, I was completely wrong about. Brendan Schooler. I had no fucking clue who the hell this guy was until I saw him play. I mean, this fucking guy is all over the fucking field. He's. Let me tell you something. White people are evolving. This guy's all over the field. This kid is good. He's good. He's just good enough. Okay. He can play safety or receiver. Okay. He's 6'1", 206, ran a 4.41 40. All right. Long hair, looks exactly like Cole Beasley. I'm not even kidding. Looks just like him. I don't have any pros and cons about it because I couldn't fucking find him until I saw his film on YouTube, and I thought to myself, holy fuck, I'm going to give him a B-. I'm going to give him a B-. In fact, let me just change it right now to a B-. I am giving him a B-. I think Brendan, is a really good kid. I really do. All right. Next we have Cody Rossi. Cody Rossi is a center from Houston. Has a player rating of 53 out of 100, which is fucking horrible. 94th ranked center of all the players that were drafted. 5'3", 240, so he's fucking slow. All right. 6'2", 292. 69% pass versus 62% run performance, which means he's a slightly better pass blocker than run blocker, which is a problem for an interior lineman. Usually those are the fucking tackle's job. All right. Usually that's the fucking tackle's job. All right. So his pros: size, length, bulky, strong. All right. He's feisty and he's tough. He finishes and he doesn't quit. Positive attitude, leadership qualities that coaches admire. He's disciplined. He anchors against larger guys. Good. He's just athletic enough. All right? And he mirrors quick interior linemen, something that Andrew Stuber could not do. Okay? All right, his cons. He's not explosive at all. He's just dull, you know? He lacks agility. His technique is so raw. It's not polished. It's not refined. He's not a natural knee bender, which is not good. He can't maintain leverage, and he's not flexible enough to play tackle in the NFL, which is fine because he's not a fucking tackle. He's a center. All right, this one I'm giving a D+. All right. All right, next, we have a defensive end by the name of LeBron Ray, Alabama, 6'4", 283, has a player grade of a 5.59, or a prospect grade of a 5.59, which means he's a priority undrafted free agent. Next gen stat score of a 51, which is way the fuck below average. His pros, he has NFL size and he has NFL frame. Well schooled at the point of attack, which is very good. He uses his inside arm to post up and set a firm edge, which is good. Good enough to create separation at least. Solid play strength to the punch and neutralizing single blocks, good. Puts up a decent fight against double teams, that's very good. And he's very capable. He's a very capable two-gapper with separation and tackling ability. So I look at this guy and I think tackle for loss, sack, tackle for loss, sack. All right. Now here's where I get pissed off. All right. Remember that one guy from SpongeBob? I was born with glass bones and paper skin. That's LeBron Ray. Out of 4 years that he was in Alabama, 5 years that he was in Alabama, he was injured 4 out of the 5 years. And that is a problem, as you can understand. He's played less than 1,000 snaps his whole fucking career. He doesn't mirror and match offensive line lateral movements. He's very heavy-legged, and he moves really clunkily. He moves like, he's not very swift with his movement. He's kind of like this. He's not smooth with his movement. He's very uncreative, you know, and he can't bull rush. And he has very low-range playmaking ability. He's not a very big playmaker at all, which is very ironic for an Alabama defensive end. So I'm giving him a C+. I'm giving him a C+, which might be a little bit of a reach, but C+. All right. Guys, we're still not done. All right. Now, Jake Julia, punter from Eastern Michigan. I have no information about him. Fuck him. Why are we drafting punters? Give him a fucking F for a grade. All right, number 6, Liam Shanahan, the center from LSU. I was able to watch one of his Inside the Huddle videos. Seems like a decent kid. He had a prospect rating of a 62. Position ranking of a 101, or a player grade of a 62, and a position rank of 101. He ran a 5.25 40, 6'5", 300 pounds, 77% pass efficiency, 61% run blocking efficiency. So he's, again, more of a pass protector. All right, so his pros is that he's very fundamentally sound, and he understands the basics. He's very disciplined. He's a very solid run blocker, even though it says 77% pass efficiency. Killer instinct with a nasty attitude when it comes to blocking the run, which is good. Above average IQ for a center, for an undrafted guy. Good character, good guy, good work ethic, and speedy, and he's speed and quick enough. He's speedy and he's just quick enough. All right. He dips his shoulder to get exterior leverage, which is very good. Strong and low coming out of the stance. When you're a center, number one thing you never want to do is rise up. Okay? So you're here, here you are, you're here, all right? And you get up and you're low and you drive that guy, all right? All right, here is his cons. When he gets blocked, or when he gets beat, he whiffs, which is embarrassing to watch. Okay? He plays too high, even though it just said strong and low coming out of the stance. But sometimes he plays too high also. Okay? He's passive. Like he says he has a nasty attitude, but he's too passive. You know, he lets shit get away from him. He needs to prove himself in the run game more consistently. He's inconsistent with his technique. He's susceptible to speed rushers, which isn't good. Average quickness. No acceleration. Inadequate arm length. He loses his leverage battles late off the snap and doesn't play with good pad level, which is a problem for a run blocker. For an offensive lineman in general, if you don't play with good pad level, you're just not going to do shit. Okay? Okay, alright, I'm giving this one a C-. Alright? Now finally, our very last pick by the name of Demarcus Mitchell, the linebacker, defensive end hybrid from Purdue. 6'2", 256, has a player grade of a prospect grade of a 5.8, undrafted free agent. Pros is he's a hybrid between defensive end and linebacker. He shows a twitch, which means he's quick. Solid upfield burst, which is good. Versatile. In spy, zone, man, rush, whether if he's rushing, whether if he's a Sam, a Will, a Mike, whatever the case may be, but more so an outside linebacker. He was an ex-running back, fun fact. Pure run stuffer. I remember watching his film, his highlights. All I see from him is run stuff, run stuff, run stuff, run stuff, run stuff. Okay? Good frame, and he's an athlete. He has little flashes of athleticism with pass rushing. Now here's where he sucks. He's way too inconsistent. Okay? He doesn't shoot the gap, which pisses me off, because you know someone we had who couldn't shoot the gap? Elandon Roberts. But I still loved him. Okay? He was a 6th round pick from Houston. Alright? He overcommits, which isn't good. It means he gets fooled easily. Raw technique. He gets stonewalled sometimes. Okay? And he needs to win those battles if he's going to do shit. Alright? And he's a very limited player with limited IQ, and he gets lost in coverage. So this one I'm giving a D+. My overall grade for the whole draft is a C. And the only reason why it's not any lower is because of Tyquan Thornton and De'Ara King. That's Tyquan Thornton literally well, it was Tyquan Thornton, it was also Pierre Strong, and it was also Kevin Harris, but more so Pierre Strong and Tyquan Thornton. If those fucking guys weren't picked, this would have been a D+, DF draft. Okay? Okay, ladies and gentlemen of the press, I am proud to announce what are we here? What are we in here? We are, going on, I think, 6 years with the team. When I started in 2017, so this is, my 6th year, going on 6 years with this team. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, thank you very much. This is a very late night press conference, 2:20 in the morning. Okay. Most likely won't be making any more videos until probably till the preseason starts, which isn't until I think August. I'll try to stay in touch. I've been trying to get into some police departments, trying to get this life kind of kick-started here, and if I do get accepted, of course I'll still be able to do this on the side, but not a lot of videos because I'll be busier than all hell. All right, thank you very much, people of the press. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you very much. No questions. I'm tired. I gotta go to bed. All right. Yeah. Let me see. How long was this? Wow, 1 hour and 16 minutes. That's incredible. All right. All right. All right. Thank you very much, people of the press. Thank you very much.